Good morning. I am here today to talk about a couple of things. So, myself and my partner, Farnoosh Abbasi, have gone the next step, and we will soon be podcasting together as Star Medical Astrology, which is a domain name that we now have. So, we are going to be very much changing up some things. We will continue to have Mystic or Twiggy by Design and Twiggy, the website, as that's my family name for myself. And so, it's part of my kind of my core issue or my core who I am. And I am felt like a little stick. And I feel like sometimes I'm like a little fairy and I just have this kind of light, gentle energy that's like a bird. And so there's several different things we have that we're going to do. We're going to podcast, as many that know Maha and Maha's Treasure Box, which is the channel that she and I are basically merging forces. That she had a parrot named Daisy, and we're going to be coming out with a video about that together. We've got it all planned out, but we just haven't done it. And then I'm going to do a tarot card reading. Actually, we did one, and it was just so precious. I mean, birds, when they speak, are just the most wispy and beautiful creatures. And I've been being taught recently by a parrot to speak bird. And I know that this sounds really strange, but she and I over Zoom will, or not over Zoom, but Messenger actually, will make little sounds together, and she'll go, pss, 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 and I'll do some similar sort of things. And in this space, she and I are becoming friends. So it's kind of interesting and sweet. And she tells me things like when people come in her house, when they don't bring food, that she doesn't really find good use for them. And I just find some of the things that birds say to be just absolutely hilarious. So anyway, I want to talk about a few different things. Today I'm going to use the Voyager Tarot. I have a solar arc that came across my view yesterday because I wasn't feeling good all day and felt a lot of pressure physically, emotionally. And I did do the video on the Escention symptoms yesterday. And certainly we are all experiencing that. But more importantly, I wanted to talk about one of the configurations I have, and really would be something all of us in our age group would be feeling right now. And that is a Neptune Pluto feeling, where we are recognizing that we're no longer able to avoid the change, the transformation. And although, yes, we were born into a time where in the 60s, I was born 1960, that you would think that the energy would be continuous in terms of the coffee clutch kind of energy, right? That mom and dad, and dad goes to work, and that mom goes down and has a cup of coffee, and the kids play tag in the yard. I mean, that was really more or less kind of my imaginary thoughts, but not so much anymore. We're not really that society anymore. So we're transforming politically, we're transforming socially, emotionally. We're being asked to grow up. We're being asked to look at ourselves and stop functioning in a state of it's all about me, I need the money, it's all about me, it's all about me. We're done with that. We're not able to sustain that anymore. Our earth is given up all the oil she can give up. I mean, if you consider that oil might just be her blood, what do we know? And natural gas might be something else that is really necessary for her ability to heal. And then when we're injecting into the ground for energy that way, the heated waste, then you have to, for geothermal, you have to understand that it's just really kind of looking kind of rough all the way around. We're just treating our planet like she's garbage. And if she's a living being in a sense like we are, but we just can't comprehend it because we function as more like microcells or on a micro level. You don't underestimate the power and that's what I think a lot of people do. They think that they can outsmart nature, they can outsmart Gaia, but I don't think it's a good idea. So at any rate, I think this time that we're in, this Pluto Neptune energy, for me, for sure, I'm really feeling it. I'm really noticing it. And of course, I have it somewhat, I have a solar arc that just says I'm conjunct right now, opposite my moon. So, I was trying to decide, is this causing me to feel sick? Because yesterday I was down all day, but I decided that no, this is more like global pressure that we're all under and it's generational. And then I talked with Farnoosh, or Maha's treasure box, Maha, and we both kind of concluded, yeah, this is kind of a more of a generational kind of energy. And a lot of us are feeling it in ways, in different ways, because we all have a different call to arms. We all have a different call to action. So at any rate, I just wanted to talk about that because I did the Escention symptoms yesterday, and really this is kind of an ongoing story, isn't it? And when we understand how powerful the eclipses are in our bigger story, it really starts to take shape. And how are the eclipses the bigger story? Well, we're getting ready in every way to come upon a time where it's going to be about Libra, Aries, Aries, Libra, and how we get along, how we navigate the day-to-day relationships. And someone said yesterday, I think it was on Facebook, it was just something I saw briefly, like a meme or something. Why are so many light workers single right now? And I think that it's because our focus has to change. Our focus is changing. And for those of you who are out there who are professing to be light workers at this point, watch what you do, because we're aware, and I'm very much aware. So kind of sad. I really wish that we were not so duplicitous in this business, because it's a really sad thing to me. I'm always willing to help people, and I feel like the light workers that are out there that are demanding money for what they do, that's fine. We need to be paid for sure, but I also have a problem with some of the behavior that's going on behind the scenes. So at any rate, I have the Voyager tarot, and I'm just going to ask Spirit to give me the general truth about this Neptune Pluto energy and how it really functions in generational ways. And the Two of Crystals, it's cold. It's almost and I hope you can see that okay. I'm gonna have to probably fix my camera some to make it kind of what I want. But anyway, it's a Two of Crystals, and it's saying that in every way we're navigating in ways that are broken. And these crystals are broken, and they're broken underground, as if something is coming along, and you can see this higher energy, this lavender here, that's coming along, and it's saying, okay, I have to take back what's mine. And then this Lemurian crystal over here is broken. So you can see, and there's something larger navigating all of it, this bigger crystal right here, where it's saying that, we're looking through fractured glass. We're looking through broken glass. And what are we seeing? We're seeing things almost from a position that's scary, because we don't quite know how to make sense out of it. It's there, but it's not there. It makes sense to us, but it doesn't make sense. So Two of Crystals, it's very in equanimity. It's where we're trying to learn to toast cups under new circumstances. Aries, Libra. This next eclipse that'll happen here in the next couple of months will be the last of the Scorpio, Taurus, Scorpio, and those are underpinnings of how we've received things, who all has the money, who collects the money, why they collect the money. Lots of stories are being revealed at this point. We are no longer functioning in deep ignorance, and now we're going to go through a stage where our relationships are going to begin to reflect a deeper truth as well. Again, that next eclipse season coming up, and those of us who are in this business and doing our work probably are affected by it already. And that is one of the things that's really interesting. Why is there this foreshadowing of these eclipses? Why do some people like myself have this sense of things? And I'm able to understand in this sense ahead of time because, well, and how do we learn? We have people that step out in the front and they do the work, and then other people follow, and that's how it's supposed to be, and that's what we do. That's how we grow and learn. And this card is suggesting that the tides are changing, the times and the tides are changing. Things are going to happen that are going to be rather unexpected. Now, right now, I believe we have some 14-degree energy in Taurus, and 14 degrees is kind of one of these, it kind of grinds on us a little bit. I know for me it does. I find 14 to be one for something new within the structure of things that's going to be divinely guided. So think about the numerology of it, and it starts to become clear why it might be uncomfortable. So the next card I'm going to get is the universe, that this isn't just happening to us in this sense, this is happening everywhere. And it's hard in that way. It's the 21 card. When you think of the 21 card as being kind of its own sacred number, and also the number 3, and how we have compartmentalized over time, we've become further and further compartmentalized. And, we're like chambers within chambers within chambers as we grow and echo outwards, and we continue to add to our skills. But up in this corner, you can see there's a little bubble, and that's like it's us being held in this little cocoon bubble as we experience this process called the universe. And what are we being asked? Well, in this sense, on the left side of the card, we're being asked to become the jewel of our own lotus flower, to start to recognize some of the bigger truths within the universe, that we're a part of a cosmic system, we're a part of a bigger system. And for those of us who think that we're just solitary and here alone, not so fast. And in some ways, I've got stories to share on that. I believe I've tried to get good decks for understanding otherworldly connection, not so much angelic or oracle, but more like alien, because I feel like I have some energy there, and I've seen some things and felt some things and maybe know some things in that way. So, and then the last card I'm going to pull for this energy that we're all functioning around as we go through these massive shifts in our consciousness is the Sage of Wands. What is this really about? Well, it's becoming the seer of your own life, becoming aware. We're many of us, and those of us who are light workers, I'm going to say this as well, that we're invested in this. Myself, I've been in school for a while for this. I'm not just coming out and saying, "Oh, look at me, I'm a light worker. Isn't that sweet? Pay me money." And I think we have to be very careful, because this is no joke. This where we're at is no joke, and the times couldn't be any more serious. They just couldn't be. And so this Sage of Wands, where we are needing to come in and function in some internal wisdom to navigate where we're at. And we often think of Pluto as being this kind of death planet or this scary thing, but what Pluto really is Pluto's the day you meet somebody, you have butterflies in your soul and you feel love. It's transformation. It's all those little things that are things that push us forward to become the next thing that we're meant to be. And nothing happens accidentally. It's all part of our bigger agreement. And so we have wisdom. We can be the eagle that wears our own crown. If we just open our mind, change your mind, change your life. And I can tell you, as a little girl, I used to think to myself, and I would ask for it, that, and I can see a reflection of it. This is so interesting. You see this man right here, that there's an eagle that is shadowed over him in white. I had asked Spirit a long time ago, please allow me more than 10% of my brain. I don't think it's going to be enough under the circumstances. And somehow, maybe I got that granted to me, because I've been told in some ways that I have some very unique gifts in terms of, I scored very, very high in social sciences. I was 98% and in terms, only 2% of the entire population had a better handle on this subject than myself. And this was organic. This was something I just knew how to do. But at the same time, understand again that we need to perfect that. It might be that you have this gift of fire in your soul, and I'm real elementally, I'm fire dominant. And perhaps you have that fire in your soul, but again, it is something you have to go backwards, and you have to go into your ancestry and seek the answers, because they're not just handed to us. We have to go back, and we have to open our minds. We have to look at the history. We have to understand our history. We have to understand the vibrations of the past to move forward and understand the vibrations of the present. So with that, please do hit the like, share, and subscribe. Please consider joining us, because this is going to be I haven't obviously got us up as a new channel yet, but follow here and, stay tuned, because we are getting ready to morph into our higher selves in this sense. And I'm really excited to share this journey with you.